National Troupe of Nigeria heralds the celebration of the nation's 51 years of existence with a 6-masterpiece dance choreographed by Arnold Udoka, whose career spans many years in the field of not just dance but art. He proves this in interesting movements, props and costumes that tell the story of Nigeria in brief, so it's tagged the Akpaturo Summary. In the performance, the audience gets to appreciate the art of non-verbal communication to actually drive the message home, as the choreographer shows the issues that unite and divide us as a nation. We enjoy pieces such as the Arbiter, which shows a man trying to resolve conflict, only to emerge as the problem. While his people fight till their death, he basks in the spoils of victory.
You don't get to see this kind of librettos performed all the time. I mean, you are done professionally and done very lucidly. You know, this is a very lucid performance. Lucid in the sense that you don't need anybody to tell you what the actors are doing.
If that was hilarious, then what about this coach dressed as a chef, coordinating sporting activities and quick to give anyone who misbehaves a red card? And we all know Nigerians love sporting activities and have excelled in so many. Days rehearsal of familiar and unfamiliar steps gave birth to this performance that may seem so easy. Professionals hope the troupe will be given more space and funds to explore their talent, which the country has excess of.
There's a lot of hope for the Nigerian dance artists because there's so much to do. The only problem that the dance artists have is the problem of space to perform, funding to put the right show together. If it is energy, if it is talent, if it is the people to do the dance, we have them in great number. We are not in short supply at all.
It's growing every day, and dance practice in Nigeria, I mean, there's a future. You know, so there's a future.
Besides the challenge of the lights not coming on when it ought to, We must appreciate the ability of the cast and crew to tell a story in dance and give the audience an opportunity to relax and enjoy what has continuously won laurels for the nation, and that's the arts.
Hang art in every room of the house, even in the bathroom. Don't hang a tiny piece on a big wall.
A great writer once said that there is no art to find the mind's construction in the face. Those words aptly describe the situation in Mushin, a suburb in Lagos State, which houses veteran artist Bruce Onogbaikweya, who is on his feet and hard at work, with an assistant eagerly following instructions on this piece. Not to disturb this creative process, we watch. When the time is right, we sit down and chat about 50 years of creating, discovering, and perfecting several techniques in printmaking, relief sculpture, and painting. You're a great example of an experimental artist. Now, back in the old days, what made you dare to be different?
Like a child who plays with toys, you get tired of a particular toy, and then you get a new toy, and then you get excited and you work with it. Again, you get tired, and so you move to another one. That is how experimental art is.
This multi-talented artist was born on August the 30th, 1932 in Agbaroto, Delta State. He stayed there till his family moved to Benin City, Edo State, where he attended the Western Boys High School. His first rendezvous with painting was beholding the works of Emmanuel Irabo. From there, he was hooked. And it's been over 50 years of experimenting with different techniques, breaking boundaries in printmaking, sculpture, and painting. Now, is there anyone, maybe you say, is closer to your heart? Anyone you prefer?
I started because I specialize in painting, and then from painting, I went back to printmaking, which was to have been my original line of specialization, but it was not discovered in the high school. I discovered it after the high school. Mm-hmm. And so I went on doing prints, and then while in prints, I was doing things in sculpture, also in painting, but eventually I have come back to making real canvas painting the way I started.
While at the Nigerian College of Arts, Science and Technology, now the Ahmadu Bello University Zaria in Kaduna State, he and some of his colleagues made a name for themselves when they formed the Zaria Art Society, which went down in history as the Zaria Rebels.
You know, usually when they talk about rebellion and so on and so forth, they're looking at students throwing stones, carrying placards and all. No. We never did anything of such. What we did exactly what they asked us to do in the class, the academic side of it. But when we retired to our cubicles, we now discussed how to present our art to rightly project our culture and generation.
During his decades of art practice, he also had the luxury of changing gears to the literary world, not by putting pen to paper, but by illustrating the writer's vision on the book cover. Some examples are An African Night's Entertainment by Cyprian Equincy, Chinua Achebe's No Longer at Ease, Kola Onodipe's Sugar Girl, Daniel Fagunwa's Forest of 1,000 Demons, and the list is a long one.
It's been real joy that I have been able to work with these great people. But when you talk about them Chibe, Quincy, Fagunwa, Wole Soyinka. You want to look at all of them, all of us, as contemporary. We were around about the same time. About the same time. Some were a little older. Some were much more older. But we were contemporaries. So we're contemporaries pre-independence, to independence, and after independence.
When you look at the art scene now, what do you think? What's your perception about it?
I feel quite happy because before our time, we did not have as many mentors as they are around now, mentoring them. And I see that when they come to full maturity, their generation will be greater than our own generation.
Hang art in every room of the house, even in the bathroom. Don't hang a tiny piece on a big wall.
He's one of the most influential painters in 20th century Nigeria. Gani Odutokun was born on August the 9th, 1946 in Ghana. He studied fine art at the Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, where he trained under the legendary British teachers and graduated with a first-class degree in painting in 1975. He also taught painting at his alma mater and had remarkable influence on his students. His influence is traceable in the works of his peers and in many young artists who trained in Zaria. His philosophy of accident-inducing design is not only an apt description of his life and death, but also of the works of numerous artists whose lives he touched and who saw him as his mentor. These include painters Jacob Jari, Lami Bature Nuhu, Kefas Danjuma, Ayo Aino, and many others. He believed that art should not conform to old traditions, rather they should be a fluid reflection of the dynamism of society. Gani's works were outstanding in their depictions of modern society and could not be confined to descriptions as art from Nigeria, Africa, or any other continent for that matter. In his time, he made over 200 remarkable works of painting and drawing, participated in and hosted over 30 exhibitions, and had designed several commissioned mosaic mural works for public places within the country, including a mural on the simulator building at the Nigerian College of Aviation Technology, Zaria, in 1981. On February 15, 1995, Gani, along with 3 other artists, lost their lives in a car crash on the way from an exhibition of metalworks titled Vibrations in Lagos. At the time he passed away, he was the head of Department Fine Art, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, and the National Vice President of the Society of Nigerian Artists.
You can enjoy Art House on any of these platforms.
And that's where we draw the curtain on this week's edition of the show. Remember to always reach out to us on all our platforms. You can also watch us on YouTube and the live streaming on m.channelstv.com. I'm Melinda Akinlami. Have a lovely day.